when you were younger, how did your family accept you being gay? Since you come from like, traditional, Latino family.
Yeah, it has to be in the culture. Look, como Latinos, it's something that you, because like they love you. I think and this is fuck. I think it's much deeper than that because it's like they don't understand what it is to be gay. For most of the people out there, they think it's a choice. It's not a fucking choice. Like trust me, I've had, oh my gosh, long nights. I've gone to church. I wanted God to change me. I've tried with women. I've tried to be emotionally linked with a woman, but it's not my choice. It's just who I love, and it's something that I worked hard for. And more than anything, I think I worked on myself personally, so they could see like, oh, you're not pendejo, you're like, you have your shit in order. So you're not stupid. It's not a phase. But it's funny because my mom still thinks it's a phase. Sometimes she'll be like, okay, mijo, and my mom's, right now she's just started dialysis. So it's, it's been a journey with my mom Morita, con su salud. Pero I just see her sometimes and, it's, I think for her son, and I'm really close to my mom, it really hurts me because I wish I could give her that in a way. Like selfishly, I wish I could, be straight and give her a family, give her grandkids.
What she wants, but what do you want?
What's up, everybody? I'm Ray, and we have a really special guest who is
Leo! Oh my gosh, my first threesome! Hey!
What's up, everybody? It's Candy. Woo! Thank you guys for tuning in so much, man. Take it over, Ray.
We're so excited to have you. We've had a few guests, but every time we talk about having a certain guest, we always just want to like feel the vibe, and it just fit perfect. When you walked in, your energy was just there. So I'm so excited to get to know you more, have our audience get to know you more, what you do as an artist, who you are. So yeah.
Well, I'm excited to be here. Thank you guys. I like the
I
energy.
know.
I like the flow. La raza,
That's right.
We're gay too. We're gay and proud and truthful.
Yes.
Let's do this.
Yes.
Let's bring out the lube.
Oh, he's a comedian. I know you're a comedian.
One thing that I do want to get to know more about you is like your music. I feel like musicians are so artistic, and to use your voice to express how you feel. When was your first performance? When did you get started into it?
It's, my gosh. Singing was, I guess it was in my blood desde chiquito, obvio, ¿verdad? I started singing when I was a kid. I could talk about this forever, but like, it's, I came from a Hispanic household. My mom tenía sus dos trabajos. She worked 2 jobs. My dad was an alcoholic. I had a brother that was, the leader of a gang in our neighborhood. So there was always all kinds of shit going on around my house. And then on top of it, my mom had a menopause baby, who was my baby sister, Christy, right now. And so I had to, like, as a child, I feel like I didn't have a childhood because I had to grow up like really fast. But music for me was my escape. So it's like when I would come home from school, instead of doing homework, I had to make sure que los frijoles están en el comal because my dad had to eat because he had to come from work. And then, because he would already be drunk, but I had to make sure he had to eat so he would have a full stomach. And then take care of my baby sister and then clean the house because I felt bad for my mom that she had working 2 jobs. But then in between that, I would just, put the music and sing, my mom's music, Juan Gabriel, Rocío Dúrcal, Michael Jackson. That I would just sing all that stuff. And then my dad, era bien machista, but he loved telenovelas. So I would sing all the like Maria's novelas and then like the Mario Armada stuff. Like, so I feel like music was always an outlet. That's the only time. And instead of me, like, I felt like instead of me like trying to like understand what's going on, it was my way of escaping and try to pretend like my broom was my mic and la sala, the muebles was my audience. So like I always music for me is a way of just, I don't know, just escaping my reality. And I understand that now being a kid, but it's funny even now as when I sing, I sing to that kid now that I understand. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
so desde chiquito, you know, empecé a cantar and express myself that way. Of course, I didn't know that I could sing until, oh my gosh, cuando tenía like 15 years old, and that's because I was at church and then school, because then they didn't allow men in my middle school. They didn't allow men there, and I just wanted to sing. I'm like, they're like, no, mijo, you know, there's only girls here, so no men
they didn't want
allowed
men to
here.
sing.
And I'm
Okay.
like, okay.
So they didn't want men to sing in the school choir.
In the school choir, yeah,
Oh, okay.
and middle schools. And when I went to high school, that's when it was available. So I'm like, okay, my ass is gonna get in, you know.
Yeah.
So then the teacher would be like, you know, hey, have you ever thought about taking, you know, vocal lessons? I'm like, my family can afford vocal lessons. Like, you know, I can't afford that shit, you know. Yeah. And so that's when everyone started noticing that I could sing. And my family, they're like, you know, I would invite them to shows and stuff. And
Wow.
like, especially my mom, mi papá murió. But my mom would be like, oh, mijo, no puedo, because, you know. And then my sister would be like, oh, my older sister's like, oh, no, you know, don't you want to do something else instead? But they don't look at music as something serious. But for me, it was everything, you know. So yeah, it's funny that I learned about my talent through other people. And
Wow.
you know, so, and even I grew up also in church, and when I would sing for like the youth rallies and stuff, people would just be crying, and you know, I knew I had power and presence when it came to what I knew. It felt good to me, you know.
Wow.
At 14 years old, was that when you had your first solo in front of an audience, a live audience?
Yeah. It was, and it was, I sang. Fue cuando canté. I'll Be There for Michael Jackson.
Oh, I love that song.
Because
Wow.
my voice todavía no cambiado. I haven't gone to puberty, so I would hit those high notes. And, you know, like looking back, I think I have a videotape que alguien grabó. And, you know, bien desafinado some parts, but I'm like, oh, damn. But, you know, like I was excited, and, you know, so yeah.
When I watch younger artists perform, I always wonder, where did that confidence come from to get on that stage and perform in front of an audience? Because I feel like looking back at my younger years, I was super, super shy, but always wanted to be an actor in theater and stuff. Did you always have it like naturally in you to just get on stage and perform? Or did you get really, really nervous and had to push yourself to do it?
You know, that's actually a good question. You know, I've had this conversation before, and I think, and I don't know if you guys understand this, but just being gay, I knew I was different as a kid, because, you know, I would see the telenovelas and I wanted to be, you know, Thalia and be next to Fernando Colunga. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, and, you know, I fell in love with Prince Eric, you know, as a little kid. I'm like, oh, damn, you know, being sad because he's not real and I could never be with Eric. You know what I mean? But so I just dealing with knowing that I was different. I had to do something to stand out and be something more than just me, because I felt that I could never be enough, because I just knew I was already different, and having a really toxic relationship with my father, and verbally, you know, se me decía maricón and stuff, because I guess I was flamboyant as a kid, and it really does take an effect on that. So I think, you know, and I'll tell the story, but I remember in third grade, because my teacher's like, oh, I called your mom over, and I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, because I think I'm gonna have to flunk you, you know, because you can't read. And I'm like, oh shit. And you know, reading wasn't a priority for me. I had other shit to worry about, you know. And in my head, I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, you know, back in the day, I don't know cómo es ahorita with special ed, but back in the day, like special ed would be the first people to go to lunch, go to recess. So like all the single
Everybody
file.
knew.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So and kids are mean, you know. So I'm in my head, I'm like, oh shit, I can't be gay and retarded. Like, you know, I'm like, oh damn it, tengo que poner las pilas, you know.
Dang, man, it was all on you.
Yeah. So I'm like the pressure. So like music was, I don't know, I felt like it gave me that power. Like it gave me that. Like that superpower that I feel like not anyone has it. So it's like I just learned that when I have a mic in my hand, something comes out of me that comes from a really safe, vulnerable place that I have, and I have my own perspective as well. My nuances, my emotion, my breathing, like just everything that comes out of my mouth is powerful, and I need people to listen to me.
Wow.
You know?
Wow, that is so deep, man.
Yeah,
wow.
No way. See, it's funny how like I circle back, and even, you know, in my 30s now, like I go back into that child. I'm like, shit, man. Like it's crazy, como Latino, and just as a gay man, the shit that we have to deal with, and kind of come into conclusion and understanding that I couldn't comprehend and understand back then. You know.
Wow. I have a question for you. You said that you had not so good, I guess, back and forth with your dad, right? It was kind of tough. How's your relationship now with your dad? And when you were younger, how did your family accept you being gay? Since you come from like, traditional, Latino family.
It's well, my dad ya tiene 22 años que ya muerto. So murió. So murió cuando estaba bien joven también. So he passed away. My relationship with my father was toxic. And it's funny because one of my songs that apenas salió, El Buen Perdedor, is about him. Actually, this whole EP is about him and my love for him. Because I didn't have that relationship with my father. My dad was very machista. And I never understood why he got drunk all the time. He era jardinero, amazing man. He loved his plants. Like he had one house per day, and he would have that house impeccable. Like he had just a power. Tenía magia en sus manos. I mean, these houses were amazing. It's incredible because I would go and help him out, and he just had that passion for jardinería. He just loved el campo. Era del campo en Mexico, so he just loved it. Pero siempre tomaba, venía con su cerveza, always drunk, and he was one of those like oppressive drunks that he always cussed everybody out, and le decía, rayaba la madre a todos. They killed like seis hermanos de él, que ya a family of 14, so le mataron como 6 hermanos.
Oh my God.
So I guess he never had an outlet for him to desahogarse.
Yep.
So his way was just drinking. And now as an adult, I understand that because life is hard, Gracias a Dios, yo tengo a mis amistades. I have people that I can go to and confide with and be vulnerable with. And, I don't give a fuck. I take counseling too. I don't give, I take therapy because, life is not easy. And sometimes you need someone to really navigate those emotions and make you see some stuff that you probably don't see from an outside looking in. So as an adult now, I'm like, fuck, I understand now my father. And it's very emotional. I get, sometimes my feeling because I'm like, fuck, like if my dad was alive today, I'd be drinking tequila with él. Yo me desahogo con él. Because I understand that he didn't have that outlet. And as a kid, I just wanted a dad. Back in the day, I'd see their kids with their fathers. I'm like, well, that's not my dad.
I feel you.
And I was embarrassed of my dad too, because my dad was alcoholic, se orinaba. Sometimes my friends would be at school, on top of being gay, on top of not wanting to be in special ed, they'd be like, oh, I saw your dad pee outside of the grocery store. Your dad's disgusting. And it was hard.
Oh my
gosh.
Y
me dolía tanto. So I'm like, fuck, dad. Like, and I was like, as an adult, I'm like, fuck, dude. I wish I had that opportunity with my father to be like, I love you. I took all the good lessons that you taught me as being a man, be responsible. When you show up, you look good. Because my dad was very handsome. Eso sí, siempre lo mirabas todo cochino cuando hacía sus yardas, pero on the weekend, he just had that, when he got dressed up, se ponía su tejana. I'm like, okay,
I see it now.
My dad,
wow.
My dad had it going on, so.
Seemed like he was very disciplined.
Yeah.
His word was his word.
Yeah.
That's how I take it right now. Because you're like, if he says something, he's going to be there. He's going to do it.
Yeah.
And
he
I
loved
think
his family. He
wow,
loved
that's
his family.
beautiful.
He took care of his mom in Mexico, sus hermanas siempre. It was, if he had, I remember one time, because, todo era para Mexico. And, my brother too, which my brother, the black sheep in the family, desafortunadamente. But it was always for them. So our house was bad. We grew up bad. But it was, I remember one time his brothers came to visit him, and he, like, I felt like he was, in a way, like, he was happy to see them, but in a way embarrassed that he just gave everything to them, like sus chamarras. Like, even he would buy me some stuff and he would just give it to his brothers because he just loved his family. So he was a man of his family in that sense,
Yeah, I could see that there's trauma, there's hurt, from the siblings and, down the line.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Do you feel like being gay, you had to try extra harder to be even better because of those boundaries?
Yes, I guess mentally, yes, but no. Like, I think in life, at least for me, because as a kid, I was very flamboyant because you're trying to still navigate yourself through all this shit, right? And a part of it, there was a time that I would find, because you want to find your fashion, who the fuck you are. I would date girls too, like, so, and then I would always make, because being gay, I would make fun at school. So then I would change my voice, go deeper, and they'd be like, oh my gosh, I went through all that shit.
Oh my God, it's just deep today.
I'm like, oh my God, girl. I'm a relaxer. I'm not going to eat your pussy, okay? Like, relax. But, like, I try to navigate all that shit, and I guess mentally, yeah, I wanted to, but just I'm still learning and growing. So I did the opposite, and I learned some and I went through some shit because of it. But at the same time, like it's not easy. And that's why like when I see like younger generation of gays, like because I mean, I could be flamboyant, but that's unas tequilas and that I'll do a drag show. Like I don't give a fuck about what's up, bitch. I know, I'll do a death drop, But like I'm for the most I'm masculine, But I think that works for me, I love being the top. I love taking ownership and control. But I had to learn that for myself and who I am, experience that, Right. And but la misma vez, shit, I like my butthole eating too, and I like to get fucked too, like this is a trata, you have to be honest about it, and that comes from, and I feel like I'm in a place in my life that I could really talk about it because I've been through that shit.
Yep.
And I don't have to hide shit no more because I'm done being in the closet. I'm done trying to conform myself because people have certain standards for me. Like, fuck that shit. Whatever you have or think of me, like, just wait till you meet me. Because there's more of me and that I probably don't want to talk about or, todo su tiempo. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's, I don't know how your experience.
You're amazing. You know what I mean? Like you said, like when you meet me, you're going to see the real me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like when I see you on social media and Instagram, I mean, it's a whole different, picture. You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
The professionalism,
For sure.
you're an entertainer. You're a musician. So when I meet you in person, it's like you're a whole different person, but you get me? You could feel it. You could feel the energy. You could feel the vibes. You could feel that you're natural. You're a natural.
Aww.
You're your own person.
Yeah.
And that's what's beautiful about it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then growing up too in our generation when we were kids, the times were different with being gay and like being flamboyant. Like it was just a different time that it is today. Now with social media, we have more representation, we have more visibility.
Oh my
but back
gosh.
then it was like only 50 TV stations. Then there was maybe like one gay character that was like a stereotype. So it was really hard to see ourselves in media and stuff like that. So I think it's amazing that you are being you unapologetically as you should, and people are going to relate to it and feel that they can be themselves too because they see you and what you stand for.
It's funny though because I always get because I'm in my past videos I always have. I mean, I've been with women, and I think women are beautiful. I think women. I mean, what's good? What's good? What's good? Relax. Okay, bring it down. No, it's like I think women are I've had I've just sex with a woman. It's completely different. It's completely different. But I could only fall in love with a man, so that's why I'm gay. But ¿qué iba a decir?
See, he already got off right here.
Oh my God, damn girl. I know. No, but I just I forgot what I was gonna say. Perdón.
He said Pedro.
Perdón.
Well, we're talking about like women are beautiful, but you can only fall in love with a man, and that's where you were going.
Yeah, that's where you were going. I don't know. You just wanted to say we're beautiful. It's okay.
It was good.
We can edit the other stuff out.
Okay. No, I always get comments because I've had women in my videos. I've been with women,
Okay.
And I always get comments from like, my gay audience are like, hey, when you're gonna have a man in your videos, and it's in the works. It's in the works, but I feel with the budget that I have, I gotta be smart about it. But with a man, it's a little different. I have ideas how I want my videos to be with a man because I don't want it to be just fucking sexual because it's about my lyrics and my emotion rather than just sex. Even though sex is beautiful and it's part of just life, not just in the gay culture, but just part of life. And sex is amazing.
Right.
But I in my music, I really want to keep it. I want to keep it very. I want to keep it very visually. And what I'm feeling and what the music is meant for in that
exactly.
sense, So that's why I
understand.
If I haven't had a man, it's because I have a certain idea of how I want it as soon as I incorporate a man in my videos. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and that love perspective, because if Bobby Need, there's some stuff coming out that I'm excited about, but that's the reason why there's no man yet because there's a budget for it, and and there's an idea
behind everything.
Exactly.
So.
There's a place and time for everything.
Yeah, there's a place and time for everything, honey. That's it. Ask no questions. Just watch, okay? Let the man work.
What's good?
For real. That's it.
Yeah. Well, like you said too, yeah, women are beautiful. It is like I relate to you on that sense of like I appreciate women, they're beautiful, but there's just no like sexual attraction to me with a woman. But I could admire the beauty and see like, you know, like that's something that I could like appreciate, but as a gay man, I just can't
You can't
be with
You're
you.
like, no.
It's just
You're
like,
like,
Even you talking about it, it's like, nah.
I'm not gonna eat your cooch, bitch. Okay. Hell no, it's already small fish. I'm not liking this shit. Okay. I want dingleberries. Okay. You know what?
Yuck.
But you know what's funny? I don't. Have you ever been with a man before?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
There's no the physical. I mean, I need that soul connection.
You know what?
I need that soul connection.
You know, it's funny because I sometimes with a woman
Deep.
It's deep, but I feel like I go deep. You know,
We know you too, honey.
but you know, I feel like the connections I have with women, it's sometimes just sexual. I don't know what it is, but I could meet a girl and it's just a very sexual chemistry, and I'm like, it fucking makes me nervous. I'm like, what the fuck? And it's not love, but it's just a sexual thing. It's
Yeah.
fucking weird, right? It happens.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know, it's kind of like when you meet like an attractive dude and you have that sexual like
of
like
course.
Yeah.
attraction to somebody. But yeah, with a woman, for me at least, it's been that just sexual desire and chemistry with a woman. But to like fall in love with a woman, I'm like, no. Like I remember one time. No, but we're cool now.
You're out of time.
But I remember one time, we had amazing sex, and she wanted to stay over and cuddle, and I'm like, you gotta go. Like, it's not happening. You gotta get para afuera. And I feel like a douche. I'm like, aquí estoy cogiendo, y luego quiero que te largues a la chingada. But I'm like, there's no connection. Like, with a dude, I could be like, oh, let's cuddle.
Yeah, that's just
masajito.
who you are
It's
and
crazy,
how
but
it's been.
So yeah, so that's why it's funny because that's something with my family. Like we don't talk about it in my family.
That's okay. I was gonna go there right now. So
We
how
don't-
was your okay? I asked you this, right? So did you open up to them when you were younger? You already said you were like flamboyant, right? When you were younger?
Yeah, so they
So
knew.
you were older.
They
Were they
knew.
accepting of you?
You know, my mom is my mom. I think it's just no sé si es, yeah, it has to be in the culture. Como Latinos, it's something that you. Because like they love you. I think and this is fuck. I think it's much deeper than that because it's like they don't understand what it is to be gay. For most of the people out there, they think it's a choice. It's not a fucking choice. Like trust me, I've had oh my gosh, long nights. I've gone to church. I wanted God to change me. I've tried with women. I've tried to be emotionally linked with a woman. I wanted to get a girl pregnant so I could like leave this lifestyle because
And
that's what I kept
acceptance of
hearing.
your family.
And just do what I got to do for my child. Así ni modo aquí, this is make my bed and, got to do what I got to do. But it's not my choice. It's just who I love, and it's something that I worked hard for. And more than anything, I think I worked on myself personally so they could see like, oh, you're not pendejo, you're like, you have your shit in order. So, you're not stupid. It's not a phase. But it's funny because my mom still thinks it's a phase. Sometimes she'll be like, okay, mijo, and my mom's, right now she's just started dialysis. So it's, it's been a journey with my mom ahorita, con su salud. Pero I just see her sometimes and, it's, I think for her son, and I'm really close to my mom, it really hurts me because I wish I could give her that in a way. Like selfish, I wish I could, be straight and give her a family, give her grandkids,
What
give her
she wants.
what she
But
wants.
what do you want?
No, exactly.
Yeah.
So I go back to that and I'm happy to who I am, but it's so it's something that they don't tell. Even my older sister, who's Christian, and my other brothers are like, tengo otro hermano también mayor, the gangbanger. He's like, cabrón, whoever you like, vale verga, That's que va a decir ese güey, But my other brothers are, bro, whoever you like, it's all good, carnal. Don't trip, you're still my brother. No importa, your culo is your culo, bro. So
Your
it's,
culio.
Yeah, mi culio. I'm like, it's a good culo too,
I bet.
So it's I think in my family it's like they're respectful and they love me and that's all that matters
yep.
for them,
Yeah.
So they're learning because I feel like they don't just people don't understand how it is to be gay and to love differently. We love differently, and they just don't understand that. So
Yeah.
I think it's my responsibility just to be me, live my
Yep.
truth, so they could just see what it is that I'm not so different just because I'm gay.
Exactly. A to the man.
You know?
Yes.
So
Yes.
Ay.
So I want to know more about your music. What platforms are you on? Like, has there been anything exciting in your life that's happened? I don't know. Did you get signed with somebody? I don't know. I don't know. You know, what's something that happened in your life with your music that you were like, wow, like it's taking off, it's happening. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot, híjole.
Okay.
There's a lot que va por venir. And you'll soon, if you haven't follow me on OfficialLeyo on Instagram, también on Facebook, also on YouTube. And of course, my music is on all social media platforms, on iTunes, Spotify. I'm all there. But I feel like, I think I'm at this episode, I think through this music that I did a regional kind of a balada. I'm not a regional artist. I'm a pop artist. You hear me sing, I'm a pop artist.
okay, you're a pop
Not
artist.
a pop artist.
Okay.
I'm doing regional. This is EP is for my father. I feel like it's for that inner child that I have in me.
Mm-hmm.
And plus I always tengo mis primos like, mijo, tírate a lo regional, cabrón, un mariachi, güey, y hacen dinero, you know? And in my head, I'm like, oh, I sing banda o regional, me corren a la verga, you know? Because it's not my thing. I do like runs and stuff, and it's not common. Tienes que cantar de pura cabeza y sin que te valga madre, you know? And don't be cute, you know? Just que te salga de corazón, you know? Bien
Yeah.
Charino Sanchez, you know? And that's not me. So I felt like for this EP, I really wanted to go into that and do something pop. It's not
Nice.
fully regional. You'll still hear el requito. It kind of, if you hear it, it feels like an acoustic set, and that's why I wanted to keep it. But lyrically and the vision of it is, you know, it comes from my dad. It's like un homenaje a mi padre. Pero se va a llamar Puro Méndez, and va a salir el octubre del 25. And I feel like with this EP, it opened a lot of doors for me. And,
Good. Amen.
I have an amazing A&R right now through Sony, and some stuff happening pretty soon I'm excited
Amen.
about. I already went to Mexico. Acaba de venir a Mexico, grabar una semana con amazing producers that are working with amazing big artists already in the charts, and the music is fire. It's very pop still, a little, you know, requinto there, but it's fully pop. Some good ballads, some good shit I'm excited about. And it just felt like this EP really opened the doors for me to that. And plus, I already know the kind of artist that I want to be and who I am. And now that, you know, I felt when I started my career 8 years ago, I felt like I wanted to keep my homosexuality quiet and just, you know, just be on top and be masculine, you know. So whatever people se imaginan algo, let them. But at least I won't, you know, I won't I give them assurance on that, but I'm an open book about my homosexuality. Me vale verga. It's not all of me, but me vale verga. So if they see me at a gay bar, I performed at gay bars already. Acabo de cantar en Club Cobra ahorita.
You better let me know when you're there.
Come on, come on, preach.
I will be there for you, honey. Trust,
come on. Mm-hmm. So you know, I'm loving this place that I'm in. That I'm really myself and singing the shit that I want to do that many people didn't think that I can do. And yeah, like I'm excited, you know, and working with, I think, a lot of producers that I didn't think I could work with. And
nice.
Now it's been just an easy vessel for me just to be creative with them and come up with some good shit. Like I'm excited.
Oh I'm excited for you.
I'm
excited.
You know,
so
yeah.
Wow.
Especialmente trabajando en Mexico, like, and I think there's some stuff that's gonna happen. I think I'm gonna be living in Mexico for a while, which I'm excited, and nice. I'm ready for the new chapter, you know. Pero I love la Ciudad de Mexico. Like I love Mexico, and
it's beautiful.
I'm from Michoacán, so it's like 4 hours away from la Ciudad de Mexico. So I'm gonna do a lot of traveling, but I'm ready. I'm ready for los pinches tacos, you know, in la esquina.
Oh my gosh.
It's just a different culture over there, way. No mames, I fucking love it over there. It's I just feel like mi raíces son de aquí, way. No sé, like every time I'm in Mexico, I feel like I don't know. I feel, and I'm that sensitive, still little kid that I want my brothers and I want my mom to be with me to experience all that stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
of course.
And I guess I'm doing all this for them, you know?
Amen.
So,
yep.
You know, of it, you know?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, you said enjoy.
We need more people like that with that mindset. You know? Like you said, if you could have gratitude for the small, like you said, whatever small may be to people, that's actually big.
Yeah.
You're going to be appreciative of the bigger things,
you
know, that God's going to bless you with.
Yeah.
And it all starts with gratitude. I could tell you have that a lot too. You're such like you're so free spirited.
Yeah, like,
and I was telling Ray and you, I'm like, I don't come across a lot of people like that. I mean, I come across cool people, don't get me wrong, but there's just something unique about you. You know, especially being like a musician. Like just
Yeah.
I don't know, your spirit's wild. I love it. It's very free.
I knew we would all connect. I knew,
Yeah.
like because I feel like every time we talk about bringing on some guests, the vibe, because what the camera captured, it's real. So we can't like fake it. You know, like so.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't fake this shit.
So I just knew
You can't fake it.
it was gonna be a good vibe, and yeah, I'm so excited for you. You have so much success ahead of you. What advice would you give to other musicians or artists trying to make it when they do feel like they want to give up? Like, what is something that you would tell them so they won't give up, that would help encourage them to keep going forward?
Shit, man. You know, it's funny. I started this. I started this crazy ride even before I'm my manager, but I started with people that started with me in the music, and now they're not doing music. Now they're doing other things, and good for them. You know, que le vaya bien. But this music is not. It's not just for the weak. And that's why they say that sometimes a hardworking person trumps talent. I think the successful people right now, and most of the people, they're like, oh, but they can't fucking sing. What the fuck, they're there and this and that. But they've been on it. They've been hustling. They've been working on their craft. They've been working on probably on their marketing, on everything. Especially now, right now with social media, like you can't sleep. Like as much as I fucking hate it sometimes, but I feel like TikTok is the new form. You got to be creative. You gotta show your personality. You gotta show who you are, because that's what people want to know. Who the fuck you are? Why am I listening to you? Like even people are hating on Shorty Bae, but hey, she's on there fucking doing lives every day, making money. So you can't hate on that. That's it's a hustle.
Yeah.
So people who are doing the music, I feel like there's so much stuff right now that happens, and even, for example, there's some some stories, especially con este grupo. So with the number of the grupo that went to Mexico and they talk, I guess, bad about Mexico, but they were found through TikTok for their voice, and they went viral.
The young ones.
Yeah, the young ones, yeah, who are freaking talented. They're talented, but they're kids, you know. And they were being canceled. I think they're still being canceled, and not being forgiven for that. But I think even with them, they still have to keep pushing forward. It's a learning experience for them. Son morros, way. But they still have to learn. The same thing with them. And because you never know when it's going to be that moment that's going to mark. Probably this interview is going to be for me. Probably, I go outside and I do something viral. You never know when that moment's going to be for you.
Just takes that
van
one time.
a lanzar.
Yep.
You got to be prepared. For example, with me, I already have music, I have pictures, I know who I am. So you put me on a stage, you put me with the biggest interviewer, I'm ready for this shit. Like I was born to this. This is what I wake up to think and you dream about. Like I'm ready with my craft. You gotta stay ready. Like when I came in, you're like, I'm ready. Gotta stay ready. It's fucking true. Like you can't half-ass it. You cannot half-ass this shit.
Nope.
And it's hard too. Like sometimes, like I'm with my manager. I'm like, I don't want to fucking do this. Like, how the hell I have to go to the studio, then I have to go perform. Like, I could be a hijo de la chingada sometimes because mentally I'm exhausted. And I don't. I feel like the only thing that I don't talk about is my situation right now with my mom, because with her health conditions, because it's very emotional for me, and I'm still trying to navigate through that shit. So and of course I don't tell him because it's I don't want to inconvenience anybody with my personal stuff, but it is personal for me. So that's why I feel like I do so much shit. Especially este fin de semana, there's a lot of stuff that's happening next week that I have to center myself, because this shit has to get done. Right. Because I don't know when it's going to be the next moment, next big thing that I really have to be prepared for and really do it. So my advice to everybody is just get your shit in order. If I still take vocal lessons. I'm still learning about cameras, like I talked to you about with a mic. I'm micing myself up when I do my reels. Like just everything. You got to learn how to do everything and navigate yourself through every situation, and take yourself accountable, but also handle yourself mentally, because that's the number one thing. Because if you're not there mentally, you're gonna snap on whatever situation. And this business, you'll probably get a guest that's like dry as hell, dry as fuck. And you gotta be like, okay, you gotta navigate through that situation. How do I get them to talk? You know, you never know what situation you're gonna be in. I've been in situations that I've been in a show and the mic goes off and you have to sing a cappella and you have to tell people, oh, you know, can you not clap? Can you not stop talking because there's no mic? You gotta navigate. And sometimes when they ask you a really personal question, you gotta not take it seriously. O cuando fui a México, that's example. I went a la Ciudad de México.
This is good.
And in México, se llevan, güey. Allá en México, hola cabrón. And I go in, you know, I'm gay, you know, and that's when I did a song, which is a beautiful song, que se llama Duele Diciembre with Helen Ochoa. And I went to do promotion with her in Mexico. Y allá los hombres se llevan. And I go with like leopard. I look all fly though. I'm like stylish. I love fashion. So I go stylish. Y uno de los muchachos de Onda Max. So, hey, cabrón. He said something towards like, you know, ¿cuántas las vendes, güey? You know? And I didn't understand what he meant, but I could understand what he was trying to say. He said, I know the intent. So I'm like, pues, güey, pues cuando quieras, güey, aquí estoy. Y luego se puso rojo el güey. Y luego la muchacha.
Oh my God,
like,
you told them that?
Yeah. And, you know, pues, me quiso tirar. But you get, he's like, güey, me encantas, güey. Me encantas, güey. And I won him over with that shit.
See,
you know?
there you go.
Because they look at me, cuando voy a Mexico, I take my fashion. I take my fashion in Mexico. And I feel that I always like, they always have a perception of me like este güey va a ser mamón. Tiene que ser mamón. Este güey viene con su ropa de Gucci. O viene todo bien fashion. Este güey va a ser mamón. And then when I start talking, they hablo de pedos. Y hablo de, you know,
like, okay.
hablo de pito, de nagas, de anal. You know, they're like, oh, güey, me encantas, güey. Like, what the? And then especially when I start laughing, they're like, what the fuck? Where the fuck have you been? Like, I just went them over just because like, you got to navigate through all that shit. You know, you gotta stay on top of it.
You got to adapt to wherever you're going to be, wherever you're going to go. Oh my gosh!
And I wouldn't be there if I wouldn't have learned from the past that come on, I've been through this shit. I've been through worse shit than this. So this is nothing.
Exactly.
So bring it to me.
Exactly.
You know?
Oh my gosh. I could totally relate to you. You know, everything that we've been through in our past, what you've been through, it's made you who you were today. You navigated through the storms. You navigated through those seasons. You know, when you didn't know how to do something, you figure it out. You figured it out. You figured out a way. That's how I am. If I don't know how to do something, you trust me, I will figure it out. Like I told you, before I travel, you best believe I'm going to do some research before I travel somewhere. You get me? You always got to be 3 steps ahead because remember, there's always someone that's 4. Oh. You get me? You always got to be on your A game and every single day.
Always.
Yesterday when I got home from tattooing, I did marketing. I did promoting. I was doing reels. I was even learning stuff about trauma. You know, I'm getting my other certificate in trauma. Oh, wow. So I'm up at night. I'm reading books. Like I'm up till like 11, 11:30, 12. I'm like, I gotta go to bed. I wake up at 5. I wake up at 5:20. Every single day. I have energy. I wake up at 5. I go to the gym. I warm up. I do boxing. After I box, I do weights or I go running up and down the stairs.
Oh, shit.
Go home and take a shower. I already have my routine. I already have my plan. And it's not about motivation because motivation is a feeling. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm motivated. You're not going to feel that every day. But every day, you have to be disciplined. This is motivation. Oh, I feel like shit now. This is discipline. Boom. You're staying consistent. You're staying consistent. Yeah. And that's what it's all about, man. So I feel you about that navigating your way around things. Amen. Woo. Good. Yes. You know, I'm getting the chills over here.
I love it. Don't preach. You know, it's
yes.
But you know, the gym has been my saving grace.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what people do without the gym. I don't know how they get, like, I mean, fíjate, I've heard every excuse in the book. I've had every excuse before even the gym. But like the gym just helps me. Whatever, just activity you do for yourself mentally, to like know that you're doing something for yourself. That you're, you know what I mean? Like it's not even, of course, the body looking right and you know taking care of that shit. That'll come. That'll come with time. You know, this shit just didn't happen over like a year. Eso ya durado como ya pinche 15 años. No, but girl, what's good, your little body? What's good? Ándale, cabrón. No, come on, you're being humble. But you know, it doesn't happen overnight. But fuck, just even like I tell people like that I train and I help out, especially the girls. I'm like. They're like, they work out with me, they're like, I feel good. It just gives you that boost of energy. And even if you have 2 fucking jobs, you go to the gym for an hour, you're gonna have so much fucking energy than a fucking energy like drink or a bar.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Esa verga no sirve.
Yes.
But when you take that time for yourself to just go for a walk or do the elliptical or do some weights, like fuck, dude. For me, it's the weights way. Like if I go to the gym, if I don't do weights, what the fuck am I doing? Like that helps me. Like it gives me that pump to be like, fuck, you know what I mean? Like
that mental strength, too,
right?
to,
Like it just no. Like that's my shit. Like yesterday I went to the gym and I was gonna do legs and me dio una pinche huevonada and I was in the car. I'm like, fuck it, I'm doing arms today. I don't want to I'm not doing legs, but I went there. I had to do it. So I know I have to make up for it. But the disciplina, you still have to fucking do it, you know? And I feel like, I don't know how people do it without the gym or working out. Like,
oh my gosh, I know. I would go crazy.
No way. Honestly.
I've gone crazy, but by not working out for a long time when I broke my leg, so I wasn't able to work out for 6 months, about 6 months. But at the 6-month mark, I was able to do upper body only because I tore the ligament on the Achilles heel, broke the bone, broke the ankle. So it was a lot of recovery. But in that time, I did learn that you can also do other exercises that are going to like help stimulate like blood flow and health and stuff. So it is all about navigating. I think when you go to the gym consistently, you learn that if something doesn't go your way, there's still other ways to like work out and do what you want to accomplish.
Yeah. Claro. Dude, sí, la otra vez estaba en mi gym in LA Fitness. I was there and I see un hombre fit and no tiene un brazo. And just with one arm, he's lifting weights. I'm like, what a fucking excuse do I have? Like,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so
there's
it's like
always a way to do something. You could have a million excuses, but there's a way to do everything too. Like you can,
And trust me, I like to eat. Yo por eso tengo mi 6-pack because I fucking yo sí no digo no. I mean, I proportion. I'm getting better at it. Pero güey, no mames, como ayer que terminé, I had to get mi burrito de torta mi burrito de carne asada, güey, because I was fucking hungry.
Sounds good.
I never say no to food, but I fucking work for it. You know what I mean? So you could still have your little delights and your little joys in life, but you gotta maintain yourself.
Maintain.
But I tell everybody in their fitness journey, sea lo que sea, not only does it help you in your personal life, but just that mental stimulation for you. Like, I feel like when I'm at the gym, I always put every scenario that could happen in my head that I'm in and what I would say. I always think about like if I ever come across with a fucking Karen, what am I gonna fucking say? You know what I mean?
Good.
Just stupid random shit.
Thinking?
Yeah.
I've been reading about that. Yeah. So that's called critical thinking. So you're thinking about if something bad were supposed to happen, how am I gonna face that situation? How am I gonna navigate around that situation? How am I gonna handle it? So right now, you're already ahead of the game. Even if that thing did happen to you, you already know what you're gonna do. Yeah. That's called critical thinking.
See? Oh, yeah.
John C. Maxwell, baby. That's good. Yeah, okay. I like that.
That's what I do. So I love it. And that's when the best ideas come. When I'm like, because I walk to the gym and on my way back home, I'm just like, oh, I could do this. I need to do this. I'll call my manager or call my publicist. I'll do this. Okay, we should do this. And the creative flow just starts going because I think, of energy, So
that's beautiful.
I love that we work out, guys.
Everybody's saying, it goes back to like, how can somebody move forward and not give up in their craft of what they're doing? It's the preparation, like you said, your vocal lessons, the gym, all of that nobody really sees. They just see the final image and the final video and the final performance, but behind the scenes there's so much that goes into it. There's so
much fucking shit. And it's funny though, because even as like I know a lot of my friends are celebrities in the TikTok world, and they're doing music too, But the thing that's hard for them is that they want to do some risky stuff in music, but they can't because they're a certain image through TikTok, and I know that's what their moneymaker and they have their business. But it's like, what really, like I said, like what really makes you happy? What is it that you really want to do? And even though like I know they have millions of followers, I think it comes to a point that they have to really be like, is this what I want to do? I want to be an influencer or an artist? Because I know you can do both, but it's like, what kind of artist do you want to be? Maybe you're okay with doing artistry on the side, and that's okay too. Maybe you're okay with singing at the House of Blues. That's the kind of fandom that you want. That's fine. But you have to identify where do you see yourself, and how far do you see yourself in this business, and work towards that. Because maybe your thing is small, and that is fine too. And you probably don't have to work as hard. There's other areas that you got to work on. But what is it that that you're good at,
Yep.
that's your passion. And look at Te Levanta, what you think, what you dream of. For example, if I don't sing, if I don't do music, I don't know what the fuck else to do. Like I'll know I'll get by it and I'll figure something out because that's just who I am. But that's my passion.
Yep.
So that's why I take care of my voice. I take my vocal lessons even to this day because I got to stay ready because it asks me to sing and my songs are usually high. So I got to vocally be prepared to sing de cabeza, de pecho. And, like I feel like a lot of artists, especially right now, they don't take care of that. They
Get comfortable, honey.
They get comfortable.
That's what happens. It's all about maintaining. People want to get to the top, but when they're at the top, they get comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, whatever. They start slacking.
Yeah.
But it's all about maintaining. You got to maintain it. Like you said, you maintain your voice. You maintain your physical appearance. Whatever it is, it's all about maintaining.
Yeah.
So true.
Girl.
That's beautiful. I love that. I love that.
I always tell her this too. Whenever we sit down and do a podcast, I always learn from everybody here on the show.
What'd you learn from him?
I know. I can't wait.
Honestly, like as an artist too, sometimes I feel like giving up because it's like, where's the money coming in? Like, where are all of these things? It's just like it's not happening. But you have to be consistent. You have to have discipline. The motivation, it goes up and down. So what I learn is like, it just reassures me to keep going personally. So it's nice that, other people can hear this because I feel like they can also benefit from what you two are saying too. So yeah.
I learned this from when I was in Mexico from my A&R. Que me dijo, he's like, you know what? A lot of people say that, just work hard and you're going to get there. That's not entirely true. It's also luck. It's also being at the right place at the right time. It's also your tenacity to be there, to go there. Sometimes the drive is far, sometimes fucking the long hours. Sometimes it looks stupid that you're investing so much fucking an hour, 2 hours on a fucking reel that you only get like 20 likes. You never know, lo que dije, when that moment, that place, you're going to meet someone that's going to be like, I got you.
Oh
Right.
my gosh.
And it's going to set you off.
Yes.
It's a little bit of everything. It's
my
luck.
God, yes.
So it's like sometimes like my manager gets mad at me because sometimes I don't want to go to certain places. I'm like, I don't want to go to certain places. I hate small talk. So if I go to like an event, now it's cool. In the beginning, that was a tug and pull. But now I go like to like a Grammy a Latin party. Yeah, I feel like most people ya me conocen. They see me in the business, and it's such a small fucking world. It's such a so I see the same faces. So so it's easier for me now. But fuck, like part of it is it's luck as well. Like you once again stay ready and just be there, show up. Because you never know when that opportunity is going to hit, that because you've been tenacious, you've been determined, that luck is what's going to set you off and help you to move forward.
You show
and finally,
up.
And finally, that moment in time, you're like, I got you. Here's some money. You know what I mean?
See, right there. You got to show up and show out. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's the places that you're like, oh my gosh, when you get there after the event or whatever you did, you're like, oh my God, it was so cool. It was so amazing.
Yeah.
And you feel good for actually going.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. And yeah, sometimes I heard someone say, you know what? Don't think about the money in the beginning because it's all going to flow. It's all going to flow. It's all going to come to you. You just stay disciplined, continue to do your thing. And I always tell people, you got to put yourself out there. If you have a business, if you're building a brand, like you saying, I drive a lot. As a tattoo artist, I've been going to the biggest nightclubs in LA. I've been doing just things differently than other tattoo artists. I've been going to events, to fundraisers, to functions, to concerts and tattooing there where you don't even really see tattoo artists tattoo at. And I put myself out there. I get home, I don't know, maybe 3, 4 in the morning. The next day I'm at the gym at 7. I'm like, let's get this, baby. I'm not going to let how I feel make me stay in bed. I'm not going to, whatever's making me feel right now, mess up my plans. What I already have for the next day. Like, no, the party is still going to go on, honey.
Yeah.
And like you said, once you start pushing yourself to that certain level and staying disciplined and staying consistent and sticking to your word, you're going to see those seeds that you planted, all those seeds. Like, you're like, oh my God, it's taking forever. When is the flower going to come out? Boom, it's going to pop up one day. It only takes one person to change your life. It only takes one event to change your life. It only takes, I don't know, that certain moments, that luck, that blessing to be like, oh my gosh, it's happening. Yeah. That's it. It's only that one moment, man.
Exactly.
That's it. You never know when it's gonna be. Yeah. That's why every opportunity that you have that people offer you, or when they see something in you, you best believe you better take it, honey. Yeah. I don't care if you're freaking tired from the next day. You better take it.
Yeah.
That's
you better,
it.
You better show up.
Yes, show up and show out.
You fuck, man.
Yeah, that's powerful. That's so powerful. I feel it.
Yes.
For sure.
It's I mean it's fucking hard though. I mean as a Latino, you know, and I mean in the beginning I had a 9 to 5 job too, you know, and I had to do this on the side and the fucking long nights too in the studio. Gracias a Dios, no tengo que hacer ahorita because you know, gracias a Dios, there's some money coming in. Pero fuck, it's not easy, and I understand you gotta do what you gotta fucking do.
It's not easy, especially when you're self-made. You know, no inheritance. You know, no credit cards given to me. Oh, here, baby, here's some money. Go spend whatever you want to spend. Here's for the credit card. I didn't come from nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You know, being self-made, you know, that's what makes you is that journey, is those seasons.
Yeah.
When you're able to go through those seasons, when you're able to pass through those storms, you know, that's what makes you that person, and it's beautiful. So just enjoy the journey, because you never know what's at the end of that storm.
You see,
you know,
it's funny because I had a red carpet event like before the pandemic. For one of the singles that I did antes, and I invited my sister, my older sister, just, you know, she could be with me because I got press there and everything. It was a really good event in Hollywood, and my sister went with me. And granted, my sister, you know, church, and you know, she's a nurse, so she goes there, and of course everybody, and there was some good celebrities there too. And Manco Leo, oh my God, that's your brother. Nice to meet you. Can I get you anything? And she was nervous. She's like, Leo, give me an Uber. I want to go home because I just peed myself. I'm so nervous. Who's coming up to me? I'm like, get it, not pee yourself. I give me an Uber. Give me an Uber. I want to go home. I'm like, oh my gosh. But it's like people don't understand that. Yes, I had to learn my anxiety. También no mames. O sea, that's why I go to the gym. That's why I handle my shit, because fuck, my anxiety sometimes. And you know, mentally, you'll be like, you have to fight with some mentally, be like, because the mental be like, oh, just stay home, relax. Yep. It's gonna be a drive, you know. You probably have $20 in your bank account. You're gonna use it for gas, and you're not gonna be nobody. It's the same shit. But fuck, no, you gotta fight with those demons and still put yourself out there. You know,
you have to. Yes.
So and as soon as you start making that a habit, it's much easier.
It is. It just starts flowing.
So
you know.
So yeah, mi hermana que no sabe, a lot of people that don't know that world, they think it's easy. But you have to say hi, you have to mingle, you have to connect, you have to be who you are, get all that shit out of the way. And someone like my sister that doesn't know how it works, red carpets, and like, so do you know? Because her anxiety got the best of her.
Did she ever go back?
No. She's like, I'm like, Lily, I have this event. She's like, no, it's okay, mijo. It's okay. Do you need any money for, like, I'm like, no, Lily, it's fine. It's fine. She's like,
wow.
No. I always laugh at her. I'm like, she's like,
Yup, it takes work for sure.
I remember my first red carpet event. I was so nervous. I was chewing gum, and I forgot that I was chewing gum. So a lot of my pictures and stuff, I was chewing gum.
They told me that when I did commercial, when I did acting, they said don't chew gum. Don't ever chew gum. And I always learned that. Like I today threw that shit out real quick. I took it out of my mouth. It stays in you.
It does.
It stays in your mind.
And that mistake I'll never repeat again, because like when I was like, oh, I was so excited to see the video from the red carpet and the photos, I'm like, oh man,
Tú masticando como vaca. No mames.
Wow.
Are you masticando?
For real.
It's funny.
We keep it real here.
I know. It's funny because I was at Mickey's this past weekend. There was this dancer with tattoo. Everything. I'm like, ay, wait, no mames. Además estaba chulo, but I'm like, wow. I mean, I don't know, tattooing my face. That's a commitment. That's a
gangster for that.
Yeah,
baby.
Was good. Okay, was good. Was good.
That's funny. Was good, honey.
Was good.
Yup. Amen.
You guys are awesome. I feel comfortable. You guys.
You're so fun.
No,
thank you so much for coming.
No,
it was such a blessing. I like I said, I loved your energy right when you came in.
No,
You're like, how you doing? Like, how you doing?
What's good?
And we never actually hung out before, so this is the first time that we've all this is the first time for all of us.
Yeah. Like, you're usually working.
I know.
Wow.
No, man, you guys are awesome, and thank you guys for having me talk about my music and my EP that comes out October 25th. And, you know, supporting this Latino artist, you know. I appreciate
that's
it.
so beautiful.
And this,
representing the Latinos.
and you know, in the queer community, you know, it's all about bringing awareness and love, and just for the people that still think it's a phase. It's not a phase. This is just who we are. This is who we are. Mm-hmm. You know, we're not going to change for nobody. We're only going to get better and more determined, and just love even harder. You know.
Yep. Love hard, baby. Love is love. I have a question for you. Do you have like a dream or like somewhere that you would love to perform at? I don't know. Like, do you have something in mind, or you're just like going
Yes.
with the flow? Like, oh my god, I would love to perform there one day.
Well, there's two dreams, and I was close on one of them. I was
It's
close on one
okay.
of them. My first dream is just to do a Disney song. I feel like that's just one of my dreams.
That would be so cool.
And I was so close to being on the soundtrack of Coco too. I was so close, but we didn't turn in the thing right away that they were asking. But the song is out, Sabor a Mi. It's a beautiful. It's a Sabor a Mi. The song we made it. It's a very like orchestra and very climatic. But we didn't finish it on time, so But yeah, but that's my dream, to be on a soundtrack for Disney.
Which you will.
Yeah, exactly.
Which you
You
will.
will.
Aclamarlo, cabrones. Yeah, I'm gonna be in a Disney soundtrack soon.
Yes, that's
You know?
right. Amen.
So,
Okay.
it was good.
Yes.
And mi sueño, mi sueño grandioso, güey, es poder cantar en Bellas Artes de México. Donde cantó
Wow.
Juan Gabriel, because that's actually, to this day, I still put that performance where Juan Gabriel cantó en las Bellas Artes. Just the orchestra and just
That's beautiful.
The acoustics. And
Oh my
just the kind of music
gosh.
that I see myself as a crooner one day, que esté más viejito. Like, I just, to be there one day, to be, because already considered a legend, to be able to perform there. Wow. Just, that's my dream. That's my dream, to perform a place that Juan Gabriel was buried at and also performed at,
Oh my god, he old school.
Oh.
My family used to listen to him all the time. That's how I know him.
He's a man.
Oh my
Y fíjate, aún
gosh.
siendo maricón, lo que se ve no se pregunta, and still the men still even put his songs
Beautiful.
and still cry to him.
Yup.
He's a G. Yeah,
Oh
for me,
my
he's
gosh.
one of my top artist. But just to perform one day where he performed would be that's my ultimate dream.
Yup.
Ultimate
It's gonna
goal.
happen. It's going to
We'll be
happen. I know it will.
front
Yes, in Mexico. Woo! Take tequila shots, tequila tasty. I'm ready.
Yeah, so van a estar ahí cabrones, but yeah, that's my dream.
Thank you so much. You
Oh,
know what? I just
gracias.
want to say thank you so much for coming. Your words, they inspired me. I feel like people see me as like, you're a motivator, you influence naturally, and I'm always positive. But when you have another person come on and you see their perspective and you see like their hunger, their passion, and just the things that you were saying, you kind of remind me of myself. Like, and that makes me want to keep going more.
Awesome.
And I feel like I'm a very disciplined person. I feel like I'm very structured. I feel like I'm very on top of my shit. What I say, I do. What I do, I do. If I say I'm going to be there, I will be there. And just by you, telling us your story, where you're from, your love for Mexico too, I feel like that even makes me more interested in my roots, because when I was younger, I used to speak fluent Spanish a lot, but you heard me speak outside right now. It kind of, goes away when you hang around Chicanos and stuff, but just by you being here, it makes me want to dig deeper into my roots, and go to Mexico and start speaking Spanish and being around my people. Like you said, when you go to Mexico, you just feel like you belong there. You feel like that's your home. And that's what I want to feel. You know what I mean? I want to feel like that when I go to Mexico, like, man, these are my people. I want to vibe with them and I want to conversate. So thank you so much, man. I'm going to leave here not just by being motivated, but I'm actually going to even work damn harder, to what I'm doing right now, because you
Okay.
inspired me, and, like let's continue to put it down, for our people.
Yeah.
It's already in us, I encourage people out there, like, don't be afraid to be you. Don't be afraid to go out there. My best friend that died, rest in peace, he used to always tell me every time we went to TJ, he's like, F it, just do it. F it, just go for it. Don't think about it, just do it. He would always tell me that, and it always stuck in my mind. That's why now till this day, whatever I want to do, I say F it, I'm going to go for it. I don't care how I feel. I don't care. I'm just going to do it. So thank you so much, for your motivation, for being yourself, for being authentic, and for being vulnerable. I think we love people that are very vulnerable, because vulnerability, that brings out even like a more powerful and unstoppable person in yourself when you're vulnerable.
Yeah, of course.
So just thank you so much, man. I'm gonna kill it, man.
yes,
Watch, man. I'm more pumped now. I'm more
Same.
pumped.
I'm so excited to keep going and to see your career and all three of us like come up. You know, it does mean a lot for you two to open up. You to open up about, you know, just keep pushing.
Yes.
Keep that discipline.
Yeah.
Motivation fluctuates, so you got to just keep going, and whatever you feel, just keep at it.
Yeah,
That I needed to hear that today. God
Yeah.
put those words out so I could hear.
Yeah, of course. Oh, you guys are
Yeah.
awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, and we could go on forever talking.
I know, for
We can
real.
do a second
We can still go on
episode.
forever. Okay.
You got to do a second episode. of that.
Yes, we gotta hear an update on him.
Yes.
That's good.
Yup, after he gets to his dreams.
I want to hear also the next episode, like more in your fitness and the health stuff. I'm so interested in all that.
I know. You
Yeah.
gotta tell me, what
shit,
you
we
eat. I mean, I know what you eat. But yes, that would be good. We love fitness.
Yes.
Yeah, we love
yes.
fitness. We love nutrition, and it all goes together. Your mindset, how
It
you
does.
think, how you feel about yourself,
Dude.
like it all goes together. You know, even mentally
Oh my
Right.
gosh,
and
yes.
then spiritually, right? Then physically.
Yeah.
And there's so much aspects to that too, because then there's like, cause you know, like those girls, they want to be buchonas, they want the big ass, but they don't want to, like, it's funny because tengo primas, and they get the BBL, and good for them, you know, the money for it, but it's like,
You gotta maintain the BBL.
you
Yes,
gotta maintain
you
it,
do.
but they don't
Just
think about
get
that,
it.
they don't think about
Yeah,
that,
they don't.
but then it's
There's
funny
a
because
lot of care.
I was at the gym and I told him, like, mama, mira esta persona, and I was kind of like a little, like, you know, gossiping a little bit, but then I started the gym, yeah, I know, you know, but I'm like, you know, sometimes you gotta be realistic with your body, and I feel like once again everything ties into the mental place you're in. You know, why are you doing the BBL? You're doing it for yourself. You know, be considerate with your body as well, your shape, your lifestyle as well. You know, because probably you don't want to work out, and that's fine. Your thing is hiking, so don't get a BBL that's gonna drop pretty soon. You know, like because you don't have the thighs that's gonna sustain it up. You know, or the hamstrings. Everything ties in together.
And
You know what I mean? Like,
the moment you go under for any plastic surgery, no matter if they say it's temporary or that's not true. Like you'll always have a scar. It's permanent.
Yeah, no,
like everything's
no.
permanent, no matter
Yep.
what they say. Like it's so you really have to do your research and think about, like you said, like the lifestyle. Will you be able to maintain
everything.
Like
Way.
it's you can't just buy abs and like
There's
buy
certain things
like
you
a
gotta
perfect
change.
body,
You know, there's
No,
certain
I mean,
things you gotta change. Yeah, you
it
do.
goes to like you gotta accept yourself and think about why you're doing it. You gotta do it for you, and if you don't, it's gonna be a slippery slope in the future, because then you're gonna kind of want to always tweak something. But
Oh yeah, I mean, I seen women with, I mean, they have BBLs and se miran amazing, but they also work out. They just need a little help, and good for them, you know. But I feel like for the longest time, and you should get a nose job, and I'm like, I grew up with that because I was thin. I was the pesaba 180 before I started my fitness journey. 180s. I was a little scrawny, little bottom, you know, little twink, you know. So ahorita que ya crecí and my nose came together, you know. But I love my crooked nose, like my schnoz.
I love
like,
everything
love
about
it.
you.
Shit, you know what I
it's
mean?
It
like
makes you
masculine.
you.
It's masculine
like,
looking, and it
exactly,
goes with
like
your
it gives
face.
me character. Like I don't give a fuck. Like this
That's
is just
how
who I
you were
am.
made.
You know what I
Yes,
mean?
I love it.
I probably will get like some Botox later on, you know, but I don't give a shit. This is me, you know. Narizón y todo me vale
Yup.
verga. You know what I mean? Like it's.
I know,
so-
man.
So that's why I'm saying, like, just before you make a big commitment, like with all cosmetic surgeries, like just work on yourself, go to the gym, because
Yeah.
maybe that'll perspective will change. Like you don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
too.
that's true.
You know what I mean?
That's
So
true.
everything ties in together. So
It
it's
does, honey.
I mean, you know, especially with Latinos, I feel like I want to see more Latinos at the gym. You know, no nomás a las taquerías and la zumba.
I know,
you know, las zumbas.
tacos
con la-
gordos.
Tacos
You
del
know?
güero, prima.
For real.
You know, like I want to see them. You know, in the Zumba class, actually working tias. You know.
Yes. This was so inspiring,
Yeah, gracias.
motivating, you know.
Same here.
Even make me want to, you make me even more inspired, you know, when I leave here. So thank you so much for your time. Time is valuable. Thank you so much, like, for being here. Like, it really means a lot. Right,
Thank
Ray?
you. We appreciate it. And like you said, it's so inspiring, and I just feel so much better, and I feel like I'm in such a better headspace talking to you and having our conversation. It was just
Awesome.
so
No,
real
thank
and
you
authentic.
guys.
Yep.
I feel like I know you guys forever, and felt so comfortable. Thank you guys for making me feel really comfortable and talking about our culture, our queerness, our Latino side, our Mexican side. Just we're fucking awesome. So I love it. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank
And
you.
we're going to be leaving his information on YouTube, right? Right
Yes,
at the
yes.
bottom. Yes, where you can check him out on all his platforms. Thank you so much, guys.
Hey.
Woo!